electioneering, politicking is obviously at speak, but a lot of people are taking it quite easy. Not everyone is out there canvassing. Not everyone is out there doing what we call jalsas. There's really no English word for it. But the calm in the air is reassuring, yet a bit scary. Reassuring because whenever there are these congregations, whenever there are large groups assembled in Pakistan, there's always a risk of something going wrong. But they're disturbing because one wonders what's going on. One wonders what they're planning. With that said, some political parties and their representatives are at loggerheads, and everyone is claiming to be the voice and the leadership of youth. Everyone is talking about changing the status quo. Everyone is talking about challenging the status quo. My question from all of them, they are the status quo. They have created the status quo. Even the parties who have never been elected, even parties who are new parties, they really have been a part of the status quo. The nation itself is the reason for the status quo. Status quo is not a political party or a leader or a prime minister or a president. Status quo is the silence and the apathy of the people, of myself. It is my apathy which maintains the status quo. If I change myself, there will be change. And change can come so suddenly, nobody would know what hit them. So the question is, who really is the champion of this change in status quo? Who really is the champion of youth? Who really is the next champion of Pakistan? My guest, with a great honor, Mr. Mohammad Zubair, representing Pakistan Muslim League Nawaz.
Thank you
very much for being here. Mr. Rehan Hashmi, representing Muttahida Qawmi Movement. Rehan, thank you very much. Mr. Ali Zaidi of Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf is running late on the road. I wish he had gotten here in time, but we will try to include him as soon as he arrives. Zubair, I would like to start with you. You are really the status quo. You're one of the parties who's been in power forever, has been a part of the status quo. Muttahida also has been one way or the other in the supportive role. Why should the nation bother with either one of you, given what you've done in the past?
First, I have to understand what is this word status quo.
Yeah, lovely word.
Because I mean, nowhere in the world, if you look at all the democratic countries of the world, United States, UK, the rest of Europe, Japan, and so on and so forth, there's a two-party system which is working. So if you call this the status quo, that when was the last time you felt a major change coming up in United States of America or in UK? It doesn't come. We've created this myth that we are status quo. We have to talk specifically of policies. What do you want to change as far as the lives of the people is concerned? Education, health, housing, infrastructure, the other important elements that contribute towards the welfare of the nation. And I don't know why this buzzword status quo has come up, that this party represents status quo. For example, in the last 5 years in Punjab, we changed the dynamics as far as all of these sectors are concerned, and I can give you one fact after another. But the fact of the matter is, we've become grumblers. We have stopped seeing anything positive that is happening in the country or in a particular province. So when you say status quo, there will always be a two-party system. In India, this is Congress. When was the last time you heard a major change? I mean, India becoming Switzerland suddenly. This is a process that takes a nation from one place to another place, and that change is very, very slow, Faisal. And the reason for that is, remember, Pakistan is a third world poor country, first to start with.
I will interrupt you. My apologies. Yeah. Pakistan is neither third world nor poor. Unfortunately, I don't want to go.
Okay.
I don't want to go into detail on that.
No. I like to go into details, because the fact of the matter is, you can say that the potential of Pakistan has not been unearthed. That is what one can say.
What I'm saying is that some people have some huge amounts of money,
and they don't deserve to have.
And they don't deserve to have.
Yeah, but Faisal, we have to be very careful. In the 1960s, there was this buzzword against that these industrialists have looted the money, the 22 families, if you recall. And what did we do with Pakistan? We went after those 22 families and in the process, we crippled the economy. If you will not have big industrialists, there will be no industries. So any capitalist system, and that is what we have,
Okay.
I mean, we don't have a socialist system, any capitalist system will produce rich people. But even taking the full GDP, because these rich people have their income included in the GDP, if you look at the GDP of Pakistan, it's peanuts.
I fully agree, and I respect that. But I'm going to make two sly comments.
We can disagree on many things.
I'm going to make a sly comment.
Yeah.
My comment is that if there were industrialists, if there were businessmen running industries in Pakistan, moving the money within Pakistan, I would kiss their feet. But the problem is that over the past 20, 30 odd years, huge amounts of industry of the mega rich has moved out.
Not 20, 30 years, last 5 years particularly.
Not necessarily. I think the last 20 years.
Okay.
Again, I'll have to get into details which are unnecessary.
Okay.
But a lot of money sitting out, a lot of investment is sitting out of Pakistan, Spain, UK, the US. And a lot of money of the rich people has moved out. And when you say two-party system, I fully agree with you. I respect that 100%. But parties have to be on philosophies of the right and the left and the center, maybe. But over here, most political parties are really affiliations and alliances.
No.
They're no philosophy.
Let me just correct. Let me just correct
let
one
me
bit.
say one thing.
One bit.
I will let you, but
Yeah.
let me just, my father was asking me yesterday that does anywhere in the world people shift parties like that? And my answer was they can't really. How can somebody on extreme right become extreme left? You can shift parties only when it's really just affiliations and interests. There's no philosophy. How can somebody from left go right?
Yeah, you are right. You are right. But that is also not happening here. What happens is the two-party systems basically represent the conservative side of any nation and the liberal side of any nation. So typically
And
left
over
of
here,
center and right of center.
And over here, who's
if
friend?
someone is coming out of Tehreek-e-Insaf and joining PML-N or vice versa, it's basically representing the right of center, basically, both of them. You would actually notice that there are very few, and this is where the negative side of a martial law comes in, where people change their loyalty and then a new party was created, for example, PML-Q. It had to die its
I'm not talking
I mean,
about
it will phase out and those people will come out.
PML by any name is PML.
Yeah,
As far as I'm
absolutely. You are right. You are
and
right.
It's not N or Q or P and
Yeah,
L
yeah.
and A, B, C, D.
N is the party, of course.
But
Of course, all opinion polls, all indicators.
okay, I'm not going to get political here.
Yeah.
I'll leave that to you. Before we started, you were saying that MQM is the only party who's actually challenging the status quo. Mr. Zubair says status quo is just really a buzzword which means nothing. So which status quo?
You have to define what exactly are you proposing to change.
So what is MQM proposing to change?
Bismillah. Thank you. Well, very categorically, MQM always claimed that we are the one who challenged the status quo of Pakistan. How? If you go through the historical facts of Pakistan, you will see that the economy and the government was controlled by 2% elite class, which was controlling the huge population of Pakistan. So we challenged that why should these 2% people control the economy and the population, and the 98% middle class or below, those who are living below the poverty line, they should decide about their fate. So it was the first time in the history of Pakistan when you have seen that after 4 decades, we have given the opportunity to the middle class educated youth, and it was the first time when the middle class population, they have given with the chance to represent their community in the parliament. I hope Mr. Zubair will agree with this, that because at that time it was the first time in the history of Pakistan. Second thing that you see, if you compare other nations, for example, if we see the neighboring country, don't you think that they have changed their policy? Don't you think they are much dynamic in comparison with Pakistani politics? They abolished the feudal system, first of all. Their political system is more concrete. They are more on the basis of democracy.
But Rehan, even there, the whole political arena is really controlled by the uber rich.
Yes, unfortunately, we as a political force, we always tried, and you have witnessed when 2 decades back we came into power. So at that time, the state sponsored operation was started against us, don't you think it was sponsored by those specific forces who utilized the government resources and started the operation against us? Because we were the one at that time, now at present also, that who challenged the status quo. And that operation, unfortunately, it killed 15,000 MQM workers. And right now, unfortunately, right now, you have seen that they are trying to marginalize MQM via sometime delimitation. And now, since from a week, they started to shut down the MQM offices, election offices in different various areas. And they are, we think that, we believe that they are trying to marginalize.
In whose favor? What advantage do they have of marginalizing you?
As you said that these forces, I mean, these elite class, 2% elite class are more powerful than 98% people of Pakistan. So we believe that they are controlling these all resources, and they are trying to even sabotage our election campaign. Second thing, that we are facing, as a nation, we are facing a threat of terrorism as a whole. But on the other hand, if we do not condemn these terrorist activity, rather than, I mean, we are promoting, if we promote, it is regretful, highly regretful.
I respect that, but again, as Mr. Zubair said, when you say challenging the status quo, this is really a word which I can't put my finger on. If I said I'm challenging the status, am I saying that I want to throw him out of the country?
I have opportunity to ask one thing.
Please.
When they say the feudal system, what exactly? I mean, what is it in terms of concrete proposal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that you want to say? You want to do away with?
We have a very comprehensive manifesto.
I mean, I can't go through it.
No, I'm not telling you, but we have mentioned that
the 2% are controlling.
Yes,
what exactly? I have never seen in the last 25 years the concrete proposals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 that you want to do, which will finish this.
We have given a comprehensive, elaborated proposal. Why don't the Haris, the people, those who are deprived, they should be given with a chance to cultivate. On the other hand, the landlords,
all fine,
but
people,
they are suppressing their population. Don't you think that they are just, when they are saying that you have to vote for this and this person, they started to vote for them.
My question is very specific, and you can go
home
and do that. I'm trying to understand actually on a very general basis. I'm trying to understand, since there's an opportunity, what exactly, you see, you have to come up with when you say Haris do not have the right, of course they have the right, but tell me how legally
this will happen. Very comprehensive term.
Yeah.
You should not be a power centric. It means that you are choosing those people who are already controlling the economy, the resources,
like
the people.
Rehan, I and you have come here in flashy cars. Okay. Now, if someone says outside the gate that these are the people who are controlling, what exactly would we say?
We are indicating
it's very easy to condemn someone else.
If you are giving the chance to the middle class population, it means that you are, anti-status quo strategy you are adopting. Simple as that. How many parties are giving the chance to the middle class population?
Okay, now I have a question. I understand, Rehan, what you're saying about the middle class, and I appreciate that. But frankly, PTI also talks about giving a chance to a shopkeeper, maybe. You talk about giving a chance to the middle class. I don't know who you talk about giving a chance to. But my point, as a citizen of Pakistan, I want a chance to be given to somebody who's capable of making my laws. Whether he's a billionaire or a pauper, doesn't matter to me.
I have to reply to this. No, because this is a great Pakistan success story.
If you allow me just one second, sure. Mr. Alizadi has arrived. Better late than never.
Yeah.
Contesting from two constituencies,
but in this game,
I'm sorry.
That's okay. No. That's
the audience.
All I'm saying is
this is the change that we are seeking.
All I'm saying is that's unfair. That's unfair. It's Karachi. But in your absence, they had a field day against you.
That's perfectly all right.
So please, you were saying.
Okay. Now, you see, like you were telling before we started this program, that you do this program where you promote what the good things about
Absolutely.
We have to understand, we have to look beyond the prejudices and just simply using buzzwords. I am a former corporate executive Okay. I live in Karachi. I am from Karachi. I have no relationship with the Sharif brothers.
Right.
I have no one in the PML-N hierarchy that I knew except for I knew, in fact, I have many friends within PTI than PML-N.
Your brother.
Yeah. But other than that.
That's insignificant.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, Faisal, let me complete.
Ji.
And I had never ever met Mia Nawaz Sharif before July of this year, of last year. Yet I was given the opportunity to compile the entire economy side of a manifesto, including tax reform, state sector enterprises restructuring, and I am part of the election campaign team. Now, if that is not giving opportunity to someone on the basis of his knowledge, not money, because I cannot contribute a penny towards my party. I'm not rich enough to even manage my election.
So what you're saying is they've given a chance to professionals.
If you are good, of course, and there are many other people. I'm not just one person. The problem is TV anchors, journalists, we have become so negative that we have stopped talking about anything positive. We only think that only the bad happens in political
pushing me in a corner where I will have to defend my community. But
yeah.
Ali, you arrived late. We talk about status quo. And Rehan, my friend here, says, we're the only party challenging the status quo. You say you're challenging the status quo. Mr. Zubair says, what is the status quo?
Yeah, I want to understand.
We
also want to bring
What
change.
do you want to change? And like I just mentioned, as a Pakistani, my only interest is in seeing the right person making laws, the right bureaucracy implementing those laws, and getting things done. Beyond that, it's just political rigmarole.
Okay, so you've asked me actually two questions.
I've asked you various questions.
Well, yeah, let me just try to compile them. To answer Zubair Saab, status quo is what his party has been. To answer Rehan, yes, they say that they're against the status quo, but with due respect to their party, they've always been part of the status quo during the Musharraf era and this era as well. Although they did resign 4 or 5 times, but they always went back for some reason or the other. What you see, you have to understand the core issue here, or where the problem, kind of sort of comes out of. To a certain extent, when I walked in, these two gentlemen were talking. What they were saying were the right things, where they're saying that look, everybody gets an opportunity, everybody gets a chance. He gave an example of himself joining PML-N whenever and being in part of certain committees. What have we done different is all I can tell you. 80% of our tickets are going to be allotted to people who've not actually been part of the parliament before. And 35% of the tickets are being allotted to people who are below the age of 40. Now that by itself is challenging the status quo.
But is that good or bad?
Why not?
Are they capable
Hold
people?
on. So we've always complained of the middle class complaining on couches and drawing rooms and not actually getting active and trying to change their or take their destiny in their own hands, right?
Let me slip in a question. I'll repeat. I don't care if it's a PML-N leader, MQM, PTI, People's Party, Jamaat. I don't care. My interest is this person professionally capable to make my laws? You're electing lawmakers. You're not electing political leaders.
I understand.
So whether this person is under 40, above 40, his middle class, rich, I just want a good lawmaker.
You see, first of all, let's take a step back. Let's first try to implement the laws that we already have.
Fair point.
So we've already broken all the laws that we already have. Right?
As a people.
As a nation. I mean, all of us have at some given point of time benched the law or actually broken the law. But when an elected parliamentarian breaks the law, he is representing his constituency and the people elected him to actually uphold the law and then follow the law and amend the law so it can better serve his constituency and therefore on a national level the people of this great nation.
Fine.
But when they themselves are the biggest lawbreakers, the people sitting in the parliament, how can you expect them to even implement the laws on hand?
What kind of laws?
Every, they are sitting or the previous government broke every law. I mean, they weren't even listening to the Supreme Court. I mean, they had to be taken right to the wire. The president of this country, I don't even want to say with due respect to him, sorry. he actually is on record on TV saying, I made a political commitment which was not Quran or Hadith. When it came to the restoration of judiciary, the nation had to come out, and 2 o'clock in the morning is when they actually said, okay, let's bring the judiciary back. So no, we did come out, sir. That's wrong. And if you're going to do a personal attack, I can actually no, I'm sorry. And so was Shahbaz Sharif. There was a whole strategic campaign, and so was Ghazi Sahab. No, there was a strategy that these guys are going to come into Lahore, and then the people in Lahore, in Islamabad, they were hiding.
PTI. I mean,
I'm sorry.
The only question that I want to ask PTI, because this is a very
but actually he's made a comment. I need to answer to that because I was part of that. You were not. So
when you say you are giving tickets to 80% people who will be coming to Parliament, it's a very good thing. My only question to you is, name 5 people, the constituency guys, big guys, that you have refused tickets.
Aleem Khan.
Aleem Khan is standing. Aleem Khan is no big gun, by the way.
No, by the way, you said name 5, I've given you one.
He has refused tickets.
Sardar Asif.
Sardar Asif.
Inamullah Niazi, who is Imran Khan's first cousin.
Let me just correct you on all of these names. So Aleem Khan is on record and every single day to have refused the ticket. Sardar Asif, when Sardar Asif and Khurshid Kasuri fight from the same constituency for the last 30 years. So you were already getting into this trouble. You did not refuse a ticket to a known politician, not Sikandar Bhosan, not Wais Laghari, not Khurshid Mahmood.
The Laghari brothers, they are not part of it. They are not standing independently.
So all the big guns, whoever wanted, and you pick up the list.
I've given you 3. What about Inamullah Niazi?
Inamullah Niazi, because Inamullah Niazi lost the elections in Mia.
So did Sardar Asif. And the district president.
And therefore
he lost the district.
There is no
we had actually, our stated policy was...
Ali, the point is, there was no one standing in the queue and refused who could have been a winner.
May I interject?
Many have been.
Certainly. But I'd like to interject once again. I need to take a short break. When I come back, I'm going to leave this thought for all of you. I don't care if it's a Laghari or a Niazi. I just want capable lawmakers. If Jamal Laghari is a good lawmaker, I want him in there. If Asad Umar is a great lawmaker, I want him in there. But if Arif Alvi is a bad lawmaker, I don't want him. I'm just taking names. Arif is a dear friend. I don't mean... No, that's not... No. If Ali is...
just made the right
I'll make the right statement. If Ali Zaidi is a bad lawmaker, I don't want him in there. But if Zubair is a good lawmaker, I want him in there. But if he's a better lawmaker, I want lawmakers. I don't want people who just go...
It is the will to govern. It is the will to govern. To implement the laws that we have already on hand.
Let me just slip in again. He's screaming in my ears and take a short break. I don't, govern, democracies, serve. Let's take a short break. Staying with us, you're watching Perspectives. I'll repeat and I'll open the discussion. Everyone is busy proving how bad the other party is. Why can't we find the right people? Because be it PML, be it PTI, People's Party, our collective futures are dependent on doing better in the next 5, 10, 15. If we don't, we would have destroyed a fantastic thing. But everyone's busy accusing each other. Both of you are absolutely against the status quo. I reopen it. Who is going to change and take things better?
I need to answer a few things.
Please,
my friend from PTI, he just stated about the MQM, that we were in the government previously, and we formed the government. Yes, obviously, in terms of our numbers, we were less, and we need to form a government. That's why we form a government. It was our own choice. But you have seen that we played a very important role in displaying and conveying our reservation. Whatever was happening, we openly were conveying about the things which were happening on the wrong direction, on the wrong side. Similarly, we were discussing about the status quo. So let me tell you one very interesting thing. The nation knows about it. We are the only party when only our leader never opted for the tickets, nor he or his family member never opted for the tickets. That is uniqueness, if you agree. And similarly, we never fought for the ticket. Our workers, our parliamentarians, and we have seen, the nation witnessed that every party, their workers, their nominated representatives, they fought for the ticket. They started to show their aggression. But that is our pride, that we never fought for the tickets, and our leader never opted for the tickets. And that is uniqueness.
Ali, I know you're smiling, but I have to sort of agree. Because if you really want to serve, then it's a job given to you. If you want to rule and govern, then you want to fight for it.
I'm not pointing out, I'm just saying that.
No, but I kind of agree with that. Ali, please.
With due respect, if your leader wants to serve, I hope that he comes back to Pakistan.
No.
How can he serve the people of this nation sitting in another country?
This is the only accusation they can
It is not an accusation, it's a
because
question.
my leader never wanted to obtain a ticket. He never wanted a government seat. He never wanted to become a prime minister.
He's taken citizenship of another country, sir, very proudly.
Common worker. My leader gives the seats to common worker.
He
never wanted to become a prime minister or president. That is our pride.
Okay, which is great, which is fine. I agree.
And he's a visionary.
I give you credit for that.
Let him respond.
Agreed. But why can't he come back and serve the people here? And why did he have to take
the guarantee of his life? If you take the guarantee of his life,
I cannot take a guarantee of my life. Nobody can take anybody's guarantee. Life is given by Allah Ta'ala, taken by Allah Ta'ala.
As a worker, we never want him to come back here.
Again, why is that so crucial? It's a great discussion.
It's only why is that crucial? Because a lot of people which they can raise, unfortunately. They don't have any option.
Rehan, I'll tell you why it's crucial. Because a lot of people...
You give me one answer. Is it right or not that my leader never opted for the tickets? Why your leader opted for the tickets?
I have already
my leader is a visionary leader. He gives the vision. He gives the vision that 98%.
I've already agreed that it's great. I've already agreed that.
But that is again not a winning point.
But I'm not saying it's
that's a point.
That is a point.
But
that is a very unique point in the political arena of Pakistan.
But that's not a winning point.
In the arena of Pakistan, any leader, every leader wants to become a prime minister or president.
I respect. That's a good point.
Let me tell you why I think
that's not the winning point.
Because there's a lot of people in the city who love him, right? And he's got a big following. I agree, I understand. When there's a jalsa, hundreds of thousands of people show up in MKM jalsa. But the people want to come and touch the leader, shake his hand, feel him, be next to him.
But why?
Why not?
Why do they want to come and touch the leader?
But that's the norm, historical norm. How can Napoleon sit in France and the general of the army has to be at the front?
This is a strong leadership quality.
No, hang on.
He's not here.
Hang on.
He has a very big
sorry. The only reason I flagged this line is that why would I want to go and touch the leader? I'm not worshipping these leaders.
It's not a matter of
worshipping. I'm done with that.
Have you? Okay, hold on. America is a democracy, right? Have you seen how many hands Obama has to shake to become a president? Or Romney?
But I don't have to. I'm sorry. You might want to rephrase. But you might want to. Fine. But you might want to rephrase that. I don't want to touch my leaders. I don't need to worship them. I don't need to serve them.
I didn't mean it that way. That's not what I meant. It's
just about you want to see your leader.
But that's fine.
Near you.
I would hope
and to lead from the front, as they say.
That is fine too. I respect that.
You see, it's an affiliation.
The unusual thing is sitting out. But unusual thing is not that why are someone asking you should come back.
Both of them, unfortunately, very softly skip the topic.
Okay,
what I raised
they're not skipping the topic.
My leader is my pride, and my leader never
we're not here to argue about the leaders.
Our leader had to contest an election to become re-elected as chairman.
Do you think that?
What's that all about?
Ali, again, now you're being unfair.
He should give the vision.
So does his leader contest an election.
But the problem is that PML-N
unopposed.
And the
family party. How many people in the
But these sentences mean nothing.
They do. What do you mean they don't?
Okay, Ali, can I answer this?
Please go ahead.
You see, it's very normal. Do you believe in the democratic process, or actually the problem with the PTI guys is you rub them, and you'll find the pro-dictator, pro-general approach. These are the arguments.
The people elected from the UC level has
let him answer. Please.
Let me answer.
Please,
just for your information, and you were giving example of United States just now. It's a true democratic country. You agree? between 1980 to a certain extent. Now, if
95%
is a question mark,
that's
regardless.
I'll tell you.
I need not argue.
I'll
okay,
tell
leave
you.
Between
US alone.
1980 and
I believe 95%
2012,
they are
just
Democrats.
listen to the argument.
But that's not the discussion. It's
Between
irrelevant.
1980 and 2012, there was either a Clinton or a Bush as president, vice president, or secretary of state. That much influence will always, but it is with the consent of the people. Democracy is about people. If Indians continue to elect Congress or the heirs of the Nehru dynasty, so be it. It is the people of the country. How can a general, I mean, because most of you are pro-dictatorship. Yeah, you are.
Sorry, I
and
beg
that's
to
the argument
disagree.
advanced by a general.
Nawaz Sharif was actually a product of
listen to me. You can answer.
I'll come back.
I'm just talking about the fact that what is wrong if me and my brother both get elected by the people? What's your issue? It is the people of Pakistan. We are not saying that they should be forced upon the people. We are simply saying that if the people of Pakistan want to elect anyone, what is your problem? What is your problem? You know, on the other hand, Imran led PTI to 3 successive major shocking defeats. He should have been the one resigning. If you follow the if you follow the democratic traditions in every democratic country of the world, if you lead a party to a crushing defeat once, you resign immediately on that night. You lead the party to crushing defeat one after another, and you still remain the chairman of the party.
But every party has done that.
What?
Every
Give me
party's
example
leader has
of-
one
No,
second
I
defeat.
can only talk about my own party.
People's Party members,
I can
when
only
you guys
talk about
won
my own
2/3
party.
majority,
I can-
Bhutto never
what-
resigned.
You've had some pretty bad defeats.
You've had some
What?
bad defeats.
Which bad
You,
defeats?
your leader
Well,
chose
either
to
we
run
were
away
not,
from the country and
either we were
stayed
not
out for 10 years.
number one or number two.
Your family, the whole family chose to run away with and they lived abroad for
now
8,
you're
10 years.
shifting the-
No, hold
now
on.
you're
You've
shifting
asked,
the argument.
and it's not a matter of shifting the argument. You've actually said that
No,
he
you
should have
were-
resigned. All I'm saying is that these guys went abroad for 10 years, left the party in the hands of other people, fine, and they come back and they suddenly become the
And one of the
the
guys
great
who was
witness.
fighting for them, Javed Hashmi, is now with you and you're fine with it.
He skipped. He came to us.
He came to
No,
us
no, he
after
came-
6, 7, 8, 10 years after that. Not at that point in time. If he had an issue with that, if he had an issue, because it is
He
very
served
easy.
jail
And
time
let
when
me-
these guys
let
were
me- let
sitting
me-
in
let me
Jeddah.
just give you examples.
Let's put it-
When you
But
have
how is that an
right.
achievement?
when you have
It's not a matter of achievement.
Do you realize this is 2013?
No,
Who
I
served
understand.
jail time is irrelevant anymore.
No,
Yeah.
of course it is relevant.
And
The
all
guy
the-
spent 8 years in jail when these guys were having fun in Jeddah, in London or whatever, buying apartments in Park Lane and doing
But
what
that's not to his credit. It may be to their discredit.
My question is...
Your sentence half may be to their discredit, but it's not to your credit.
No, it's not...
Spending time in jail, I mean, you shouldn't have been there.
No, but that's part of the process, the political process in Pakistan. If you
And that's what
Can we
we're
go
trying
beyond
to
that
change,
now?
Faisal.
Can we
That
go
is what
past
we
it?
are trying to change. That is what I guess...
You're
I'm
not, but
sure-
you're boasting on
I'm
it.
sure you don't want your leaders going into jail and
Ali,
leaders to you
that change
unless
has
you're
already
committed
come.
unless
But you're boasting about it.
Ali,
Leave
that
gone.
change has
Not
already-
anymore.
I'm not boasting.
You
All
are.
I'm saying is, when you point a finger at somebody, 3 or 4 fingers point directly.
No,
at
I
you.
feel-
we never
Because when he
point-
said that your
it is
leader
right.
should have resigned,
I
I said you guys ran away.
Just the way you always pointed figure at us on tax evasion, and suddenly you realize that all the big guns in your party are tax evaders of the highest order.
Sir,
And you know the name.
you guys
you
were
know the
sitting in
name.
government
So
for
it's-
so long. I say if they are tax evaders, why did you not arrest them and throw them in jail?
Why are you- what-
Because you can't do it because
I mean,
the
now
guys
you
were
are
supposed to
using
do it
the
at
same
themselves.
argument.
tax
So what
evaders.
you are saying
But
is
you
that
just the same
Mr.
argument as theirs.
XYZ does not pay tax. The problem is not with him. The problem is with the federal government who did not arrest him.
But that's,
I mean,
the-
that's
were
what
part of
the
the
argument
but that's
is.
what they've always said.
No, we've never said
Of course
that.
you've
We've
always
never
said.
what?
Your leaders
No,
always say, if I've evaded my tax, if I've evaded my loan, you should arrest me and catch me and prosecute me.
That's not the right answer.
Everybody says
that's
that.
not the right statement that you're making. What we claim, that it is Imran Khan has no business.
I'm not talking about it.
Just listen to the argument. We say that Imran Khan has no business, or Mr. Arif Alvi, or Mr. Javed Hashmi, all 3 tax evaders have no business to.
When is Imran Khan a tax evader?
I'll just give you examples. Between 1971 and 2003, he filed income tax returns only in 1981, and he was an earner all through those 30 years. And Javed
Overseas,
Hashmi
most of his
does
income
not
was
even have an
overseas.
NTN number.
No, but
Mr. Arif Alvi has not filed his tax returns for the last 3 years, and you know
No,
it.
it's-
You know
that
it.
thing
I mean,
is
all
already
where
up.
you will share
He's
that
already
with me.
shown the
But all I say
affidavit
is
from
that
the
there are institutions in
FBR.
this country.
But
There
no,
are
but
institutions in this
Arif
country.
has
Those
filed his
institutions.
He's filed.
Arif has
He's shown.
paid
He's
that.
already
No,
done.
he has not.
Faisal,
I
why don't
want
you
to
open
take
the
this
thing
challenge.
right here on Twitter
Professor,
and
I
you will
want
see.
to take this challenge and I will demonstrate it to you. You can bring me back in the life.
I'll
Why
bring-
don't
I'll-
why don't
I'll
you
bring
bring
Arif
everybody?
in with
And
you.
Mr. Ali Zati knows about
I'll
it.
bring
He
the-
knows about it
I'll
and
bring
he's
the good
actually
doctor
enjoying
here.
this.
I'll bring
While
the
I say
good
this.
doctor here for you. You can argue with him.
He's actually enjoying this
I'm not enjoying
statement.
this at all.
I know, Ali.
Why should I?
Because I know.
He has already actually explained the whole thing. It's on Twitter. He's already shown the tax returns. on-
That is by the way, forgery. Because he's given, yes, let me explain. Because what he has done, one, he did not file, he did not pay. Second, what he has done is that he's sent a letter giving the tax returns of his company, not him, which is a personal responsibility, Ali, and you would know exactly. And that's forgery.
I'd let him come and defend himself.
Mr. Prashant, this
I'm not
is
his
the
attorney.
uniqueness
But if
of
he's
our
right, then
that
Arif
our
will be,
leader,
you know,
our
then-
parliamentarian,
That is the
they are
right
not
statement,
involved
and
in
you
the
can
tax
check it.
evasion
That's
and
why I
other
was
things like
saying I
that.
can
But that's
challenge
but that's
this
a fair point too.
Yes,
MQM
that
has done
is.
such issues.
We don't have any.
MQM?
Yes.
Oh, do they?
Okay,
Please,
again,
go ahead.
Because, and again, you know, the problem with is that the smaller parties like PTI and MQM, they always
PTI is a
appoint
big-
PTI is
PTI
a small
and
party.
these guys are
Small
minority in the
party.
parliament to concede
We
it.
are the
I'm not
small
going
party.
to.
What are a small
Says
party?
who?
Even
Says
then,
who?
Mr.
Says
Prashant,
who?
we were the small
Says-
party, if you think. That's why
Says
Mr.
neither
Nawaz
of them
Ali
small party.
The Umar
came to
Jima
our-
report
I
that
mean,
you are
90.
probably referring and we are all
Mr.
referring
Nawaz
to,
Ali
the
came
Umar
in
Jima
and
report
said,
includes
and all the leaders
as
came.
many legislators of MQM being tax evaders. The Umar
Faisal,
Jima report.
I know you are the host, but can I,
No, but I can say-
seek your permission?
I can
to
have
ask
a- I
the
can
Faisal
have-
a question?
Please,
That's
I'm
it.
having my tea.
Can I ask you a question?
Please proceed.
You know, a gentleman with a corporate background like you,
Yeah.
who've seen the ins and outs of the corporate world,
Yeah.
you know, somebody who has a very clean, white background, you know, tax there, blah, blah. How can you join a band of crooks who've actually taken so much money from here and bought all these properties? And look,
First, let me answer.
Let me just finish
You,
it, let him
answer.
You asked a question, now let
I
me
haven't
answer.
finished my
First,
question.
But I'm short on time now. Now you have to move quickly.
because, you know, somebody like you, you are the change.
Hang on. It's becoming noise. It's becoming. I'll come to you.
First,
Please.
Okay.
But we have to
One
take
by
important time.
This is, I mean, I have to use an Urdu word. This is a Bazari language that we are sitting in a very respectable place. No, you can put the question in a different way. That why did they buy property outside India? Let me just explain. First, are we talking within the laws of Pakistan or are we talking with a jalsa? We are talking within the laws of Pakistan. And the laws of Pakistan, Mr. Ali Zaidi, allow you to have investment anywhere in the world, provided you declare those in your tax returns. Number one. So if Mr. Imran Khan had a flat till 2004 or 2007, sorry,
Mr.
which he
Imran
never
Khan was
declared.
never in government.
Which he never declared.
He
Huh?
never
Which
robbed
he
the
never
people of
declared.
Pakistan.
He
He
did not
made
have a
money
flat.
playing cricket abroad. He bought an apartment abroad. He sold it,
but
brought the money back here
he
officially.
left playing in
These
England
gentlemen
since
lived
early
here,
90s,
made money
early
here
80s,
and took the money abroad.
Ali, let me finish. You can answer. You can answer because your shouting clearly means that you are trying to escape my
I'm not
argument.
actually.
No. Let me.
I think
let
you
me
dug a hole for
just
yourself.
complete the sentence. All I am saying is, we all know that Mr. Imran Khan had a flat and a luxurious one at that.
But that's
which he
irrelevant.
did- No.
But he never
But he
hit it.
broke the law of Pakistan by
Okay,
not
fair.
reporting that. That's what I'm saying.
Fair.
So when you point fingers at others, first have
Where-
asked Mr.
No.
Imran Khan why did he not declare that apartment in his tax return.
Mr. Imran Khan made money playing cricket overseas.
Fine. There's nothing
He
wrong
bought
with that.
whatever he bought from his income overseas.
Still nothing
He
wrong with
sold
that.
it and brought the money back to Pakistan
he sold it
officially.
in 2003, Mr. Ali. Zaki.
2002,
You know it.
2002,
And when did he leave?
brought the money.
When did he? Since when is he living in Pakistan permanently? Since early
I
90s.
think 95, 96.
Okay, I
95.
question
So
is
why
not
did he
that.
not declare?
I have
The
only
question
2
is-
minutes left.
Okay,
I need to conclude this.
Sorry, we are not going to take this anymore. Mr.
No,
Imran Khan
but
has to
these
first
guys are
explain his
taking
own
money
conduct.
from here
Mr. Imran
and then
Khan
got
has to
properties. I can
explain
give
his
you
own
proof.
conduct.
Actually, I can give you proofs and the property
no proof.
I
declared.
don't have time for the proofs.
Come
All
on.
I'm
Here
interested
is the
in hearing is who will lead
Let's put it
the
this way.
fate of this country.
We will lead. We will lead and lead it to prosperity. And like the way we did it in 90s, Our record is unblemished in the 1990s. We had the highest growth rate. We
Sir,
had the
very
best
quickly.
Is there
Quick
debt
conclusion.
including for 5 years?
Forget
Is there
him.
unemployment
Forget
in
him.
Punjab?
He's had his piece. Say your piece.
You know, look.
They have
I-
something to say about themselves.
quick.
No, no. We
Except
have given
from
every
calling us.
policy on anything and everything
Okay.
under the sun here. You
Now
can have a
you-
debate on this
you-
program.
Yeah,
I-
just say it quickly.
I have given you some points, and that is, I think it cannot be contradictory. It is very concrete point that our leaders and about our parliamentarians, we have given it, and the status quo oriented, all the political forces should get united at this point of time because we are facing a terrorism, we are
Okay.
facing lots of things.
So you're saying work together.
Yes, we should work
Last
together right
comment,
now.
sir, 2 or 3 of your parliamentarians also resigned because they had dual citizenship.
Dual citizen, being a dual citizen, is
It
not
was
a
against the
crime.
law. It was against the
It's
law.
not a
It was
crime.
against the law. It
is
was
not a
a crime
crime.
to become a
Thank you.
parliamentarian.
Thank you very much, all of you.
We didn't
Thank you very much.
That's it.
Thank you. Thank you. I have no time left to conclude until tomorrow.